Well, good morning and welcome to my show, a Winning Ways show, because we're going to be talking about some very interesting points today. As you can see, I'm wearing my Springbok shirt, but a proud Springbok supporter after the drubbing that Argentina got, and I think this is the best Springbok side we've ever seen, and potentially the best 35 players that Russia Erasmus put together. Really, really top class. They are very, very good indeed. And they've changed the whole style of play. Tony Brown has made a huge, huge difference. So, congratulations to them. And I'm really proud of the way they play rugby. It's really just phenomenal. Okay, so now let's get into a couple of points that we're going to bring up. Firstly, I'm going to be chatting during the show about my Canterpass Goodies tipping site, which has changed format slightly because we now run a daily preview of race meetings, which is a 500 Rand subscription service. And I give every single day's racing, I give a breakdown of the race meetings. But then the 2,000 Rand site has shown very big profit last month, and over the year we've gone just over a year, we've shown a huge profit. And in fact, you'll see on the schedule, which I'll show later. But firstly, I'm going to get into a couple of horse racing topics that I think should be discussed. And the first one is the photo finish. There's been a huge outcry about the photo finish, and rightfully so, at Kenilworth regarding, firstly, a couple of weeks ago or months ago, Air Raid. It was incongruous that Air Raid could have won the race, but he did get the race. And in fact, when you looked at the photo finish, you couldn't believe that he had won it. On every slow motion replay, it looked like he hadn't won it. Then the ugly thing reared its head again at Kenilworth the other day. And I'm going to show the photo finish. So let's have a look at the photo finish, and then I'm going to give you my take. If you look at this photo finish, you'll see that on the mirror image, there is no doubt that the Werner's horse had won. Okay, there's absolutely no doubt it's won. Its nose is through the line. The other horse's nose is on the line. And then they come with a story about the line not being aligned properly. Well, I'm sorry to say, if you haven't got your equipment right and you haven't set up your equipment properly, Cape Racing, then take the fall, but give the result to the horse that it shows on the photo finish. They then use some part of the photo finish reasons in the NHA regulations that says that the judge can then make a call and do all types of things. Well, I can't see how that can be the right way to play it. The horse that wins the race has got to be the horse that gets his nose to the line first, and there's no doubt that the winner was not declared the winner and should have been declared the winner. And I think that as far as I'm concerned, get your act in order. We have enough problems in racing without having little things to do with the running of racing really aggravating the punters. And nothing aggravates a punter more than not being declared a winner when he thinks he should be declared a winner. So that's the first point that I have to bring up. The second point, and I think that this is to do with the running, the operation as well, the running of racing as well, is the tote payouts. Now, no one can help the tote payouts being much smaller than the bookmakers offered payout, except the tote. The tote actually is run for the benefit of racing. It produces all the funds that run racing. That's where the money comes from. They rake off the tote for racing, and Cape Racing's rake off the tote pays for transport of horses to the racetracks, jockeys' fees, stakes, and the running of training centres. So you take your rake off, but no one wants to bet on the tote, because when you have a horse that is 14 to 10, so it pays 2 Rand 40 with the bookmaker lesser tax, let's say 2 Rand 30, okay, and it pays 1 Rand 40 on the tote, no one in their right mind is going to back that horse on the tote. So why is this happening? My take on it, and this is the way I see it. The bookmaking companies now own racing, basically. What is their benefit from supporting the tote? Absolutely none. None whatsoever. Their benefit is producing a better payout for their clients through their bookmaking site than the tote pays. So what happens is you see the tote pays some terrible dividends on horses that start much better prices with the bookmakers on, and are always much better prices on fixed odds. So the tote is basically a non-entity, but it does produce all the money for racing. It's got to be looked at. It is a terrible scenario. I'm going to go into my Canopus Goodies tipping sheet, and I'm putting up the sheet now so that you can have a look at the profit we made. As you see, all the bets are recorded for every single race meeting. What we have is we have 1,000 Rand win and 1,000 Rand place on the Canopus Goodie, the horse that I really think will win. And the place quite often pays you back a bit of your money if the horse gets beaten. And I'm never tip an odds-on shot. Never, ever will you see me tip an odds-on shot. I don't believe there's any value in backing odds-on shots. In my long career, I've stayed alive backing horses by not backing odds-on shots. So I'd rather not get involved in those races. The second point is that when I find a decent price horse like 5, 6, 7, 12, 14 to 1, I have an each-way bet, which means I have half the stake, 500 Rand, on a win and 1,000 Rand on the place. And as you'll see with some of the horses, they run places and they pay 3 Rand 50 or 4 Rand a place. So you've had 1,000 Rand on them or 2 Rand 50 a place. You're making a profit of whatever, less your stake of thousands, and you're only losing 500 Rand. But when they do win, you get a really decent payout. So we're looking for subscribers, because what amazes me is we've made a huge profit over a year. If you'd been a member for a year, and I have a number of subscribers who have been members for the whole year, they made a really good profit. But when you don't have such a good month, then people don't renew. And I don't know, people's circumstances change. So there's always a place for me looking for new subscribers. And as a result, what you've got to do is fill in the application form. We will then send you the bank details, and as soon as you pay, you are put on the Canopus Goodies. And you'll find you can make a profit. This is I think it's a very good tipping service, and that's why I'm carrying on with it. I'm really well supported and very happy with it. Just to finish off, I've got to have a go at this. The stakes are not enough to encourage people into this industry. I think we're heading for a big smash if we don't get the stakes right. I think that For Racing have not looked after the business that should have been looked after. I think it's very static. I think they're stagnating. And when I look at the stakes now in September, I cannot believe you're still racing in 2025 for 80,000 Rand races. It means that the owner gets, when he's finished, after they've taken all the percentages off and they're getting less, he's getting 45,000 odd Rand. That's 3 months keep. And not even 3 months keep in some of the big stables. It's pathetic. We always had a system in the old days when I sat on committees and that the stakes should equal 1 year's keep in order to encourage people to buy horses. You can't encourage people to buy horses on this basis. Got to jack up. They've got to change the way they look at things in racing. They're stagnating in all these old ways. There's no initiatives to get new money, new blood, new people, new money into racing, and new stakes. And I've always said, if you have a sponsor who sponsors a race meeting or sponsors a race, that money should be an added sweepstake. That would really improve the way things are going. But they put that money all in their pockets, and I think it's iniquitous. And I think we're heading for a fall. But anyway, that's my take. I hope you've enjoyed the show. And remember, if you want to subscribe to Canterpass Goodies previews or the main Canterpass Goodies tipping service, just fill in the application. Send us an email or a WhatsApp, and we will send you off this application. From me, James Goodman, hope you have a great day.